I'm talking to Trisha Mandes, and she has a master's in public health nutrition from a university in Finland.
Yes, from the University of Eastern Finland. And while I was working on my thesis there, I read research that I fell in love with by Dr. Bree Turner-McGreevy, who worked at the Arnold School of Public Health at USC. So I reached out to her and ended up becoming a nutritionist working there in dietary inflammation research. And then I left, and now I work for myself as a nutritionist, and I live in Pennsylvania in a little cottage in the woods. And yeah, came here because I adore you and the show and plants and helping people eat plants. So really happy to be here.
Well, tell me, what groups of clients you've been most successful working with and whom you enjoy working with, and what y'all do.
Absolutely. It's very fulfilling, meaningful work. I help mostly women in their 60s, 70s, and 80s shed pounds sustainably. Most of them come to me because they're concerned that they have excess weight, and they might also have high cholesterol and high blood pressure, and they don't have energy to exercise or to even do chores around the house anymore. They might be in too much pain, and they really want to improve their health, but they don't want to diet anymore. Yeah. And the good news is they don't have to. So I help clients eat optimally to shed pounds sustainably. And in some instances, some of them even reduce medications. I have a client now, shout out to Jan. She's 83 years old. She reduced an arthritis medication, off her blood pressure medication. She got herself walking again, even without a walker. So it's really fulfilling and meaningful, and food can be really powerful.
Well, what is the basis of the system that you and these clients are working out together?
So I help my clients predominantly eat plants about 90% of the time. Perfection's not required. There's definitely room for treats and animal products, but predominantly my clients are eating fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes in a specific way where they feel really full and satiated. Because if all you ate was fruits and vegetables all day, you would be so hungry. So it's really important that we feel full and satiated when we eat, to not have to think about food, and also
not to say I've got 4 hours.
Yes, when can I eat again? Yes, exactly. So you naturally stop thinking about food. You feel full and satiated when you eat, and that food gives us energy. So it's really good to eat. We want to eat. A lot of people are scared to eat, or they think they just need to eat less. So with my clients, there's no calorie counting. There's no portion control. They just get to eat. Personally, I love it. Love eating. So I'm going to show you something that is also very satiating to eat for breakfast.
All right. Well, I was hungry this morning and got a piece of bread and a glass of milk, but I would be excited to find something that might be stick with me a little bit longer and make me feel a little healthier during the day.
And I'm really excited to show people how to make this 2-minute blueberry oatmeal because it's so quick. You literally couldn't get a quicker breakfast even from a drive-thru. You don't even need a cutting board. And what's really neat about this, too, is if you have leftovers, you can also make cookies with it that you could eat every single day, and it's going to help you shed pounds sustainably, reduce pain, increase your energy at the same time.
And not feel guilty about the cookie.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a good thing to eat them. You want to eat them. Eat them every day. I would love it.
Okay. Well, let's get to it.
Okay, wonderful. So I'll share our ingredients. So our first ingredient is we have regular rolled oats.
Okay.
What I love about this recipe and what I want people to know is that you do not need to buy instant oats if you want a quick breakfast. Regular rolled oats still only take 1 to 2 minutes to microwave, but they're going to satiate you more, and they're going to keep you fuller longer. So when you feel full, what do you stop doing?
You stop eating and you stop worrying about when your next meal is.
Exactly. So when we're eating optimally, it is okay if you're hungry. It is good to eat. We just want to be conscious of what we're putting in there.
Okay, so we've got a cup of oats.
Yeah, go ahead. You can put that in there.
Okay.
So it's always going to be a 1-to-1 ratio of oats to banana. The banana is a really important part. So if you don't want to eat a whole cup of oats in the morning, you can do a half a cup of oats and half of banana. But in this instance here, we're going to use a whole banana. Okay. Because we do want enough to make cookies.
And you want to just cover the top of it with bananas?
Yeah, that'd be great. Just equal size slices. It doesn't really matter how thick they are. What's more important is that they're about the same width, the same size, so then they'll cook evenly. And what's really important for this recipe, if you are going to make cookies with it, is that we want to have a banana in it because the banana acts as a binder.
Oh,
it's almost like an egg.
Yeah.
Exactly. So now we're eating the oats as a whole grain. and banana.
I was
exactly.
trying to keep them even, so when I got off sled,
I love it. I love it.
Bit.
So we have our oats are a whole grain. A banana is a fruit. So everything that we're eating in here has fiber in it.
So I've covered the top. I think that's pretty good.
Perfect.
Yeah, about
That's
as even
excellent.
as I could manage.
That's excellent.
Okay.
So
Alrighty.
the next thing we're going to do is add water.
Oh.
Now, how much water? I don't know. It doesn't matter. This is the trick the viewers need to know, is that when you pour the water, you want the water to come to about the level of the food in the bowl.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it. So we're just going to pour on top.
And this is fun because when I cook rice, I put my finger on top of the rice and add water till it comes to the first joint of my finger. So this is a fun way to do things.
Yeah, perfect. Exactly.
Okay.
So you don't need measuring cups. It's just 1-to-1 banana, oats, water to the top. Now, we're going to microwave this for 2 minutes. That's it. That's how quick and easy this is. And then we're going to finish it up.
Ta-da! The magic of microwaves. Whoa, okay, let's see how it looks.
I smell it. Looks great. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
this is how you're gonna know when it's done. Everyone's microwave's a little different, so you might need an extra minute, but you can see the change in the color of the bananas and you can really smell it. The bananas have cooked, which means they're going to taste sweeter.
Yes.
Now when you eat it. So that's going to be better for cookies, or personally, I just think it's going to be more delicious when
Yeah,
it's sweeter.
a better
I
breakfast.
really loved the taste of cooked bananas. So what we're going to do next is we're going to finish this up. Our really quick breakfast is almost done. So we're going to put blueberries on top. You can go ahead and put as many blueberries as you would enjoy eating on this. That's it. That's how a lot of times we know how many.
That looks about right to me.
Yeah, how much fruit to put on is how much would I enjoy eating on this. And next we're going to add date syrup. You can also use maple syrup or honey. I love date syrup because there's more nutrients in it than maple syrup or honey because it's ground up dates.
Wow.
So it's a whole food, so there's more nutrients in it. There's even fiber in here, which is great, which helps you feel full and satiated amongst other things. And fiber is only found in plant foods. It's not found in animal products. So it's really important that we eat enough of it every day. So we're just gonna pour that on here.
Oh, we're going to use enough to actually add some sweetness.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we've got
it's
the
going to
bananas
be
too.
Right. If you don't want to add that much date syrup, if you're going to have this just for breakfast, that's fine. And then, can you pass me the cinnamon, please?
And this is not cinnamon sugar. This is just plain cinnamon.
It's just plain cinnamon, correct. And we're just going to sprinkle that on top.
Okay.
So now, boom, now you have breakfast. If you just want to eat this like this, you can also use frozen blueberries. Just put the blueberries on before you put it in the microwave.
That's a good idea.
Again, no cutting board, really quick and easy. But now we're going to turn this breakfast into cookies. Okay, you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right, so all we're going to do is mix that all together, and because the bananas are so soft now, they're going to spread all throughout as well.
It smells wonderful.
Yeah, it's really delicious.
It really does.
Yeah, and all we're eating again is fruits, whole grains, dates for a sweetener, and cinnamon, which herbs and spices are incredibly anti-inflammatory, and they add a lot of flavor. So we always want to add herbs and spices whenever we can. Does that look delicious to you? Would you eat that for breakfast?
Yeah, I sure would. Okay, but we're gonna skip the breakfast part and act like and just make cookies at this point.
Correct.
Okay.
We could just eat that as it is.
Got a container.
Or, yes, exactly. So you just need a baking sheet. You could even put this all in a Pyrex and just boom, put it in the oven at 350 for 15 minutes, and then you can cut it into bars, and you have oatmeal bars, or you can make cookies. So you and I together will just make cookies. Just take a spoon and spoon it out, and then I take my hand.
We washed our hands.
Yes, we did.
Everybody know
and
we
then
did
I
wash
just
our hands.
spoon it flat to make cookies on there. Now, at home, you could also use a parchment.
Sure, whatever.
Put them on a piece of parchment paper or a baking sheet. And again, you just bake these in the oven at 350 for 15 to 20 minutes.
It's really stunning how good it smells.
Yeah. And again, the banana helps it all stick together when you make the cookies. So if you don't include the banana, they will not stick together as cookies.
Well, while we're getting ready to get these cookies in, if people want to learn more about this program and what you do and with your clients, what's the best way to do that?
They can go to my website, trishamandes.com.
Yes.
And there's so many resources that people can use to learn how to shed pounds sustainably or eat optimally. I have a training, there's free recipes, so definitely go to the website.
And you have a book?
I do. I'm also an author.
Whoa.
It's called The Optimal Eating Solution, Maintainable Weight Loss and Longevity, even if you can't exercise.
Okay. Well, and I would hope that a lot of people from what you've told me actually are able to sometimes exercise some more, and that just makes you feel so much better.
Absolutely. Within 6 weeks, all of my clients are starting to move again. But many of them, it doesn't even take that long, absolutely, because they're in less pain, they have more energy, they're lighter, they feel more confident, so it's a lot easier to start moving in, so they can start living again and enjoying their life again.
Well, how long are we going to cook these?
For 15 to 20 minutes at 350.
Okay. Well, Trisha, I want to thank you for coming down and telling me this. I can't wait to start having an easy, nutritious breakfast. And I'm going to your website and learning more about this program.
Thank you so much for having me. I love being here. I appreciate it very much.